Today I want to share a story with you about overcoming depression. Depression can be a difficult and isolating experience, but it's important to remember that it doesn't have to define you. In this video, we'll explore a story of someone who was able to overcome depression. Once upon a time, there was a woman named Sarah who had been struggling with depression for as long as she could remember. She had tried everything: therapy, medication, self-help books, but nothing seemed to help. One day, Sarah stumbled upon a story about a man who had overcome depression by setting a goal for himself. The man had always dreamed of running a marathon, but he had never been able to do it because of his depression. But one day, he decided that he was going to train for and run a marathon, no matter what it took. The man started small, going for short runs each day and slowly building up his endurance. He had bad days when he didn't want to get out of bed, but he kept going. He set a goal for himself, and he was determined to reach it. As he trained, the man started to feel better. He had more energy, he slept better, and he felt like he had a purpose. He was no longer just going through the motions of life. He was actively working towards something. On the day of the marathon, the man was nervous but excited. He had worked so hard to get to this point, and he was ready to prove to himself that he could do it. The race was tough, but he pushed through the pain and crossed the finish line. In that moment, the man realized that he had overcome his depression. He had set a goal for himself and worked towards it, and it had given him a sense of purpose and accomplishment that he had been missing. He knew that he could apply this mindset to other areas of his life, and he felt like he had a newfound sense of control and direction. Sarah was inspired by the man's story, and she decided to set a goal for herself. She didn't know what it was going to be, but she knew that she wanted to work towards something. She started small, going for short walks each day, and gradually worked her way up to longer walks, and eventually runs. As Sarah worked towards her goal, she felt a sense of purpose that she had been missing for so long. She had bad days when she felt like giving up, but she kept going. And in the end, she crossed her own personal finish line. She had overcome her depression by setting a goal for herself and working towards it. Just like the man in the story,